All right. Hello, YouTube world and all the amazing designers and developers out there. My name is Johnny, as you can see here, and I am a developer, designer, and maker of businesses. That's more wishful thinking. That's just for me to add additional text for the purposes of this pedagogical exploration of CSS Circles. So I needed some additional text to add some variety and show the complexities of these circles and why they're such a pain to actually implement in CSS. So as you see here in the website, these circles look smooth, they look consistent, and there is some proper CSS being used here. But I want to explore in this video how circles go wrong. So first what I'm going to do is get rid of this class here and show you what I think is the easy way to make circles. I mean, it's obvious. If you make a circle, you have a width, you have a height, and you add some smoothing with the border radius, right? That's pretty much what I've been taught in CSS, right? Just give it a height and a width and just smooth the thing out. So let's take a look here. I have some markup. Hello, my name is Johnny, and I am a developer, designer, and maker of business. And, well, let's just get rid of this text here and let's just start with maker of business. And I want to focus on the circle wrong class. So what I'm going to do here is just show you the circle wrong class, and I'm going to give it a color of orange. And I'm also going to separate them with a margin right of 1 EM. And M's, just a quick disclaimer, 1M is equivalent to 16 pixels. So essentially we're saying 16 pixels here. So there's some nice separation. Awesome. Now, if you notice the text, right, there are some boxes here. We see some boxes with an orange background color. Now, it's getting some height dimension, but that height is not explicit to the box. That height is being derived from the content within the box. It's being derived from the text itself. Let's take a look at that. So if we look at the contents of this box, we see that there is no height in the circle wrong, but there is the height being created by this developer word. You see that text here, developer? It's highlighted in that blue. And it has a 16 pixel on the top and a 16 pixel on the bottom. What would happen? What would happen if I gave it a 0 margin? You see how it collapsed, right? Let's do the same thing with this one here. Designer, okay. Yeah, I'm a designer also. I'm everything. I'm a unicorn. That's 0. So everything's collapsing. And the browser by default is saying, no, we don't want things to collapse. We're going to give it some space here. And that's in the form of a 16 pixel margin or a 1M margin, right? I'm going to do 1M top. That's exactly top, bottom, 1M, 0 on the side. That's essentially what's being shown here by default. But that's not what we want, right? We want a circle. And I just told y'all that a circle has a width and a height and a border radius. So let's do that. Let's go and give it a width. I don't know. Let's do 3 EMs. And let's do a height of 3 EMs. So if 1M is 16 pixels, 3 M's is 48 pixels. All right? So we have 48 pixels here, and we have 48 pixels there. Cool. And that's not working. So we're going to do 5 EM. Let's play around. Maybe 5 works. All right, that looks better. There's some space here. Okay, that looks good. But you see what we're doing? We're playing a guessing game. We're guesstimating the right width and height dimensions. And I don't like guesstimating. I like things to be done consistently. But that's the first problem we see with CSS Circles is the guessing game. So, I don't know, we have 5 M's. Well, let's give it a border radius now and smooth out the edges. A very nice looking circle, I would say. But take a look at this text. This text is overflowing. And why is it overflowing outside of the bounds? Well, because there's not enough room, right? The circle is small. So let's maybe make it bigger. Let's say 6 M's. Oh, it's still overflowing. All right, let's do 8. And you know what? Let's center the text. Let's give it a display flex within that circle. Let's give that circle display flex. And let's justify the content, which means let's move that content along that axis, that row axis of center. So let's do that. So you see how it moved nicely along that row, that main axis? And then we're gonna do a align items of center. Awesome. Wow, this is so great. You see how everything is now nice in the middle, but there's a guessing game involved. I was guessing between 3 EM, 5 AM, 8 Ms, and now what happens if I want to create more text? I'm not only a maker of business, but I'm a maker of product and awesome things like, I don't know, toys. And you see how the text is over. So what's happening here is the browser by default is saying, all right, you're ODing here. You're writing a lot in this circle. So because you're writing a lot, I'm gonna have to wrap that text in these little, I'm gonna have to wrap it underneath each other. Let's take a look. So right here in this long text, it's wrapping underneath each other. That's the default behavior. The browser's being smart. The browser's saying, all right, I know you're writing a lot. I'm gonna have to wrap you to try to make some order into this chaos of text. I'm gonna have to center you and wrap you underneath. That's the default behavior, but what happens if so let's take a look at the white space property. Normal gives you that nice wrapping behavior as we see here, right? It's wrapping underneath each other. But now what happens if I say no wrap? Look at all that. You see how the text is overflowing? It's not even respecting the boundaries of the circle. It's saying, I am a maker of business and product and awesome things like toys. Do something about it. Well, we're gonna have to do something about it because this is unacceptable. And we're gonna find out how to make sense of CSS circles in the next video. The purpose of this video was to see why it's difficult. We're doing a lot of guessing and we're not accounting for the varying text length in the content within the circles. So stay tuned for the next video on how to make sense of CSS circles and do them right. All right, take care.